Okay, welcome back. Season 2, Episode 2 of This Week in FredNats. It's the holiday episode here as we wind down 2025 and shift our focus to 2026. I'm Eric Bach. Happy to be joined by our friend Randal Diaz from the 2025 FredNats. Spending the offseason down in Puerto Rico. Randal, so good to see you. Hope things down there are a little bit nicer and warmer than they are here in frigid Virginia right now.
Yeah, it's really good down here. Weather is nice. So
I know the last time I saw you in person, you were looking forward to getting back to Puerto Rico for the off
yeah.
season. I'm sure it hasn't disappointed, but tell me about what you've been doing these last few months.
So I'm working on myself, it's like just getting ready for next season, just working out. Like I was playing on the Winter League over here. So yeah, I've been working on myself to just get ready for next season.
I saw that you were back with the Winter League team that you played with last winter as well. That's
Yeah.
just got to be such a surreal experience to be able to participate in that back home in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's really nice because my family can watch me play, it's like the environment is different. Um, we spend a lot of time like out of Puerto Rico playing, so it's nice to be back in Puerto Rico and play. And this like weather, environment, everything. It is nice down here.
For those that don't know the story, can you kind of tell us how you got back into that Puerto Rico Winter League? Because the dynamics of that have changed recently in the last couple years, the way that league is drafted and played. Can you kind of tell us how that started for you last winter?
Oh yeah, so everything started like at the same time as me with the Nationals. It's like because to play here in Puerto Rico, like you gotta like be professional first, and then you can draft in this league. So I got drafted in 2024 with the Nats, and right after I think it was September, it was the draft from here. So it was the first overall pick on the draft here. Um, so yeah, since then I'm playing here. It was nice last season. I got to the final on the Winter League, so it was like a nice experience. I play with a lot of big leaguers down here, so it's been such a great experience.
What would you say is the biggest learning experience you've had playing in that league, whether it's talking with some of the big leaguers or just being around the locals there? What would you say is the biggest takeaway you've had from your time playing in that league?
I think everything because it's a lot of big leaguers, Puerto Ricans and Americans, guys from another like countries. Um, so like you take advantage of all that. So you talk with those big leaguers, they give you the knowledge they had. So you take everything from them. You watch them like how they work, the routines, how they play hard. It's like so I take everything from that. And you obviously you take reps playing over here, so you get ready for next season. So I think everything like just boys more about like knowledge, and the experience they have. So yeah.
Just a little bit more baseball seasoning, kind of, I think is
Yeah.
what I'm hearing from you, right?
Yeah.
So now that we have some separation between now and the 2025 season, your first stateside in professional baseball,
Yeah.
when you think back on 2025 in Fredericksburg, what a roller coaster of a season, first of all, for the team. A lot of
Yeah.
ups, a few downs. Obviously, it ended by making the playoffs and coming up just short in the playoffs. When you think back on your first full professional season here in Fredericksburg, what are some thoughts that come into your mind?
It was a lot of learning because it wasn't the season I was thinking to have. It's like but it was about a lot of learning. So like that to play like every single day over there, so it helps me now for this upcoming season. It's like I mean it was a great experience actually. Just play be with the guys every single day, learning from each other. I was a traductor and all that, translator. Um, so all that just helped me to like just keep going forward. It's like so I took this year to just learn, and I think that's gonna help me for next year.
One of the things that impressed me so much about your season. And I mean, anybody can look at a stat sheet and say, oh, this guy was good, this guy wasn't as good, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. But for somebody like myself who was around the team pretty much every single day of last season, the thing that impressed me the most about you is just your natural leadership ability. It's easy in a situation like this where when you have so much roster turnover, guys getting promoted, guys getting released, just a lot of constant change. Um, I think the guys that are able to separate themselves as leaders have some pretty exceptional leadership qualities, and I think that was you from opening day to the end. Can you just kind of let us into how you've developed as a leader and what kind of provoked you to take on that role throughout the season for the FredNats in 2025?
I mean, it's nothing that I try to do. It's like I think how I grew up and all that just helped me to that. Like I like to have an environment like we can just be together the whole time. It's like this is a team game. So like I like to have everybody together, just be happy. Like we gotta enjoy the game, we gotta enjoy every single day that God's give us. It's like when you open your eyes in the morning, you gotta be, I mean, happy because you woke up. So it's like I try to be like that every single day, and I mean, it's still a game. I know it's
Yeah.
our work, like our job and all that, but like it's still a game, so you gotta enjoy it. And like for me, just that, like just try to play through the 27 outs. So it's like it's nothing that I try to do. It's just how I am, and just I like to keep everything. I know some guys it's hard for they to talk English. Some guys it's hard for them to speak Spanish. So it's like so now that I can do both, so I can help because I know how hard is it.
Right.
My English is not from my whole life. Yeah, I've been speaking English for like 4 years now.
Yep.
So like I know how hard is it, how hard it's like to understand each other, feel bad because you don't know what they're saying and all that. So I like to you control that if I can. So I think that's part of it. Like just how I am.
And this clubhouse, I think, was really functional and really together throughout the whole season, despite all the turnover that I mentioned before. Obviously, you're a part of that. Many other people are a part of that as well. How do you think you guys were able to establish such a strong clubhouse culture from day one, despite all the roster turnover?
Um, it's just more about like we gotta treat each other like family. We see each other every day, so it's
Yeah.
like nobody can be mad at nobody because you're gonna see him the next day. So it's like kind of like why we gotta be like mad or bad environment or something. Just enjoy it like together. It's like I remember every single day I hear Moda or something. Hey, Randal, come here. Like I need to tell something to who like whoever he was there. It's like oh, tell him this. So I tell him, and then the next guy is oh, tell Moda this. So it's like
Right.
I was around that every single day. Every moment. So like it just enjoy like we were enjoying it. It's like to be successful in this life and in the game, you gotta enjoy and just trust yourself, believe in yourself, and just go out there and play. So I think in the clubhouse it's really important to have a good environment.
And you and I have talked about this before,
Right.
but I'm sure a lot of our fans maybe don't know the full background of your story. Fifth round pick out of Indiana State, became one of the highest draft picks ever out of Indiana State. And as you alluded to earlier, you showed up in Terre Haute, Indiana, not speaking a word of English, right? And Terre Haute, Indiana is a place where it's helpful to speak English, right?
Yeah.
And we can talk about your Indiana State time, but NIL and the transfer portal are such hot topics right now in sports. So I want to get your perspective. You had an opportunity to leave Indiana State. Obviously, that's kind of the way the cookie crumbles right now in college athletics. If you perform really well at a school like Indiana State, there's schools that have more NIL
Right.
money that are looking to scoop you up. You had a chance to go to Miami, and obviously you had the draft. You obviously went the way of the Nationals when they selected you, but you decided to go to Miami that last offseason. But before that, I'm sure you had chances to leave as well. But you had loyalty to the two coaches that kind of brought you to Indiana State.
Yes.
Talk to me about that whole decision-making process, especially I imagine during the after the 2023 baseball season, going into 2024 would have been the opportunity I think that you had to move on from Indiana State and go to a higher major school. Can you talk me through your decision-making process of ultimately having loyalty to Indiana State?
Yeah. So when I was here in Puerto Rico, high school stuff like that, Indiana State was the only one that offered me to go play like college ball. So like that influenced like on my decision to just stay there. Those two coaches believe in me since year one. So I got there with no English, no like I just had my hands and feet to go play baseball. I had
Hmm.
nothing else. Um, so that influenced on my decision. Like I decided to go to Miami on my last year because or both coaches left.
Yep.
So that's why I did it. If not, I will stay one more year. Everybody was telling me, say, "Oh, you can go to a higher level school and all that." But I said, I'm comfortable here. If something gonna happen, it's gonna happen from here. It's like God's have a plan. So if I'm gonna get drafted or something, I'm gonna get drafted like on whatever school. Indiana State or which like. So I was like, so I'm gonna just stay here. When the coach told me he was about to leave, he accepted another opportunity in other schools. So I said, "Oh, coach, if you need me there, I will be there too." So, but he told me, "Say, just you're gonna get drafted. Just go and play pro ball. You're gonna
Yeah.
be good at it." So that was my decision, and yeah, it's more about loyalty. Like nobody believed in me before them. So why I'm gonna leave them when I'm comfortable there? I grew up there,
Yeah.
like on my like another environment, English stuff. So I did everything there. So it was three of my best year of my life. So yeah,
Yeah, and that's part of the deal, right? Guys like you play really well, and then your coaches get opportunities to move on themselves. Like that's just
yeah,
the way of the world. Mitch Hannes went to USF, and then Brian Smiley, your guy, I think you
yeah,
to me in the past, went to Miami, Ohio, got a head coaching opportunity. He was the recruiting coordinator, top assistant at Indiana State when you were there, and because of you and your teammates' performance, other schools wanted his services to be their head coach. I mean, that's
right,
just the natural way of the world. Um, and so I just think that, so often we see athletes nowadays, and trust me, this is not an anti-athlete take, but when there's more money to be had, so many
oh yeah,
times people go. I mean, it's every decision is on a case-by-case basis for people. I just think that it's really interesting and unique that you decided that no, these are the people that took the chance on me, and I'm going to stay loyal to them as long as they're loyal to Indiana State. And then when they left, deservedly so for other opportunities, that
yeah,
was giving you the license to say, okay, I'm going to look elsewhere too. But it also goes to show that professional teams will find you at Indiana State too. Clearly, the Washington Nationals loved what they saw. Let's go back to on the field this year because, as you said, it wasn't your best numbers season. I don't think it was the season that you were hoping to have in that first
yeah.
professional go around, but there's one hugely important statistical category that you excelled in, and that is hitting with runners in scoring position. You hit 330 in your first professional season with runners in scoring position, and seemed like every time you came up in a situation, you were able to find a way to come through. In a season of struggles, what do you think was your biggest key, biggest feather in your cap that you were able to really lock it in those situations at the plate?
I mean, I really love those like type of like situations. So I think it's more like believing yourself. It's like the when it's runner score position, the pressure is on the pitcher, it's not on the hitter. So I think it's supposed to be like easier for you to just lock it in, just stay calm, and just try to do your job. Like it's nothing more than that. It's just stay locked in and just stay calm and just try to get get to your bat to the ball, and that's gonna do your job.
And the team in general had so many walk-off, come from behind,
Yeah,
late game wins. I mean, it really was a team that finished the regular season 2 games over 500 made it into the playoffs as the second half champion, but really had to scratch and claw for every single inch that you guys were able to get in 2025. Where did that come from, do you think? Because it there was a time, especially late in the season, where if the game was close, late in the game, I'm sitting up there in the booth just expecting somebody's going to be able to find a way to
Right.
come through. And that is an expectation that you guys created.
Yeah, I think that all comes from the clubhouse, you know.
Yeah.
Um, we were a team like we support each other. We don't care if I'm hitting or not. I want my teammate to do his job and hit a home run or do everything he can do. You know, it's like it's not. We were on the dugout just thinking about myself. You know, I was thinking about the team. So like we knew every time we were behind on the last inning, it was Christian Vaquero on the home plate. We knew we were gonna win. You know,
Yeah.
so, because we believe in him and we believe in each single one of the teammates. You know, so that was it. Like just we stayed like a family and we had confidence in ourselves on those situations. So it wasn't more than that. It just come from the clubhouse.
You mentioned Mota earlier.
Yeah.
Take me back to the big moment, the grand slam that clinched the playoffs. Tell me that story from your point of view and all the events leading up to it. That had to have been one of the better moments of your baseball career.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I talk to Mora like every single day. You know, so it's like
Hmm.
I knew he wanted that. He
Yeah.
wanted so bad. So when he stepped on the home plate, I was believing him because I knew he will do something about it. I didn't know it was gonna be a grand slam home run, but you know,
I
but
don't think anybody knew that.
I knew he was confident on that home plate because he wanted that. So he's a player that he's hustling all the time. You know, he wants to do everything he can for the team to win. So when he hit it, like I was so happy for him because I know we've been knowing each other for just a year probably, but like I spend that time with those guys like really close. So I wanted him to do something about it. Like he deserved it. He worked hard for it. So I was so happy for him. I was like it was me that hit a home run, you know.
Right.
So yeah.
And you were just the ultimate team guy. Started off pretty much as the everyday shortstop, played some second, played some first, played some third, ended up having to play some outfield late in the season because of some injuries.
All right.
The versatility aspect, I think, is not something you can quantify in a baseball player. I know you and I have talked about this before, but how are you able to mentally kind of get yourself into a different position? Because one day I'm playing third base, another day I'm playing first base, and then I'm in the outfield where I have barely played in my professional career. That's got to be a pretty tricky mental process to figure out how to navigate that whole terrain.
Yeah, I mean, if you like this life is just more about like how you simplify everything, you know. It's like
Hmm.
it's gonna be you gotta simplify everything obviously to be more easy. So it's like so when you were a kid, you like didn't care about where you're playing. You just wanna play. So it's the same thing right now. So I just wanna go out there and play. So I wanna do whatever I can do to like to have the opportunity to play and just to make the team win, you know. So like whatever the coach needs me, like I'm gonna be there, you know. So I just wanna play, just wanna, you know, I just wanna enjoy it. So it's
Yeah.
just still a game, how I said before. It's still a game, so I just wanna play. And doesn't matter what position I'm playing, but if I'm playing, I'm playing, you know. So I just wanna play and win. That's it.
Simple enough. That's good advice about life is easier when you just simplify everything.
Simplify. If you simplify everything, yeah. And
Easy
baseball is
enough.
hard already. So if you make it harder, you know, it's like you gotta simplify it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Simple enough. So, what have you been technically focusing on in this off season in your game to take that next step in 2026?
Obviously, I'm working on everything,
Yep.
but like obviously in my hitting because it wasn't my best hitting season. So I'm just working on get back on how I am as a hitter. You know, when I get to national, it was some changes on my hitting stuff, but now I'm just getting back to where I was before I get to national. So so I can show what I actually have for
Yep.
them. So I'm just working on that, on my confidence back, and that's it. This year will be different. I know that because I'm working on it, and I believe in myself, so it's gonna be different.
Well, and everything's going to be different when you show up to spring training in West
Yeah.
Palm Beach. There's going to be a ton of new faces on the coaching side, a lot of different players on your side of things. What do you think is going to be the biggest difference between the Randal Diaz that shows up for your second spring training coming up in a few months versus the guy that showed up in West Palm Beach last February, March, not very seasoned in pro ball?
It's not gonna be a lot of difference. I'm gonna keep being myself. But like it's gonna be different on the side of like playing. It's
Hmm.
like obviously last year I learned a lot, so I'm gonna use that as my next step. So if I learned last season, it was a learning season. So now I'm gonna use all that I learned. I'm gonna apply it now for next season, and it's not gonna be a lot different. I'm just working on my hitting stuff, and I just need to be more confident in myself when I step in the box, and that's it. I'm gonna keep doing my job defensively. I'm gonna keep running. So it's not gonna be a lot different. It's just mindset a little different, but everything else, I'm gonna keep being myself, be happy, try to everybody be on the same page. So I just want to win.
Have you had many conversations with some of the new folks about maybe some things they want you to work on, or is it more going to be we're going to hit the ground running when we get to West Palm Beach in spring training?
I haven't talked much, but like I have my plan. They sent me
Gotcha.
my plan, my hitting plan and stuff. So I'm working on that, and I know they're gonna help me a lot to just be better than last season. So,
Do you think that you have a future in coaching once the playing career is done someday? I know that's hopefully a very long way off,
right.
but I mean, I've been around a lot of baseball players in my few years in pro ball, and I struggle to think of many that think about the game the way that you do. Is coaching something that interests you at all?
For now, I'm not thinking about that, but like, I have, yeah, I think it will be a good, like after season, like baseball ends. Hopefully, it's a long time from here,
Right.
but like, I think I will have something. I love to just teach what I have in my mind. So like, if I can help somebody, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, probably.
Let's shift to we're in the holiday season right now. You're at home in Puerto Rico, obviously, as you say, friends and family are able to watch you in the Winter League a lot more than they're able to during the regular season. Do you have any
Right.
holiday traditions that you look forward to around this time of year?
I mean, I mean, here in Puerto Rico, we celebrate everything. So it's like,
Yeah.
the 24th, we're gonna have a like party. We're gonna have party on the 31st. So everything
Yeah.
is just in family. So it's a lot of parties here in Puerto Rico, like everywhere. So like, we're gonna eat a lot. I mean, I'm gonna try to just don't eat that much, but that's what we do on holidays. But it's a lot of just family time. So we gotta spend I mean, time with family right before we leave. So that's what we're gonna do.
I think everybody wishes they could eat a little bit less around this time of
Yeah.
year. I know that's the
Uh,
case for me too. So I wonder moving forward now, you had that core group. I just think of you and Kevin Bizzell as the guys that were the vets, the college guys that were in the clubhouse from opening day to the end. Can I think that you two think about the game similarly and kind of have a lot of the same morals and principles both on and off the field. Can you tell me a little bit about the relationship that you had with Baz and watching him play and grow that full season along with yourself as a guy that's similar age, similar college experience, that sort of thing?
yeah, with Bass, I love that kid. Bass, he's a great teammate. Like he was one of the best teammates we could have on that clubhouse. I know he don't understand Spanish. Um, but he was trying to just communicate with everybody. He was trying to learn Spanish a little bit so he can talk with Mota, with Vaquero, you know, and those guys love him too. So,
Yep.
Basel's a great teammate, great player. We talked a lot about because we both didn't have the season we go like do, so we talk about that a lot. But
I
we were
would
like,
say though, if not to cut you off, that your similarities on the field are staggering too, because I think you both would say we didn't have the seasons we wanted to offensively, but both of you really had the rest of your game really refined. Him throwing out people, obviously you being able to play every single position at a high level. What do you think that is with you two guys specifically, where it's not going your way at the plate as often as you want it to, but you two were still able to keep the rest of the game really strong?
I think it's because we both know that we are baseball players. We're not just hitters. If
Hmm.
we can do something on the home plate, we're gonna do something on defense. We're gonna run. We're gonna hustle. So I think that college experience like help us to that too. Um, because I know, I mean, hitting is the harder part of sports. So like,
Right.
if you're gonna miss a lot, so we know that. So if you can do that, so just try to to help your team to win. So like on every single aspect of the game, if you can defense, you just run, hustle, communicate, whatever it takes to win. So I think just experience and then mature, we are, so that help us to just keep doing the other stuff. We're gonna keep working on hitting because we know we are good hitters. It's like we not here just for because we play defense or whatever. We know we good hitters too. So I think next year it will be better. It will be different. I think we learn a lot from last season. So you guys will see how's the process of that. So we know everything is a process. Some guys just rakes from the first day through the end, the first year or whatever. Some guys not. So I think it's just different for everybody. But we're working on that. We really mature to understand that, and we're gonna be better in that next season.
Great Randal Diaz with us. Just a couple more with you. So we mentioned Christmas earlier. Do you have anything specific on your Christmas list this year for Randall's family and friends that are watching?
No, I got no. I don't have something specific, but I just blessings, from God. That's what we can like ask for.
Yeah.
We need help. The other, I'll do whatever, like go next. But if I got help. So I think that's it.
And you mentioned that you stay in touch with Moda every single day. Are there other teammates that you've really kept up with so far in this off season?
Yeah, Bacaro.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a lot of more with the Dominicans, because
Yeah.
we got more the same. But but yeah, I talk with them whenever I can. So we call those. I talk a lot.
Mhm.
Dickerson sometimes. It just depends on what we're doing or whatever because we have different schedules. We all working out for next season. So but yeah, I stay up with them. I like, and I'm going. I like see forward to see them on spring training.
Yeah. I just think that especially the Spanish speakers really just naturally look up to you, given that
Yeah.
you speak the language, you played collegiately in the States. I mean, you speak both languages. Um, I want to ask you one more question about Mota. What do you think the ceiling is for that guy? If he can kind of fine tune everything, I think that he could be a great big leaguer.
Oh yeah, 100%. That guy he have everything that baseball player needs. He's still a young guy. You see him and you don't think he's a young guy, but he's
No.
still a young guy. So he just need more learning. Well, like just keep going forward. Just matureness. But I think he will be a good big leaguer. Like he got everything. He can hit. He can run. He hustle all the time. He can play defense. Um, I mean, he got everything that a baseball player needs. So I think we're gonna see him in the big thing one day.
I totally agree. Last one for you. I know the Winter League is wrapping up soon.
Yeah.
If it hasn't already wrapped up, what are some goals maybe that you want just for the rest of the offseason, even if it's in the Winter League or not? When you show up to spring training on, I don't know what day is, probably end of February, early March. When you show up there, what are some things that you want to accomplish from today before then?
I just wanna. I know everybody is pretty much new, so I wanna make the first impression. I wanna, I wanna them to know that I worked out. I did the stuff I needed to. So when I get there, I was working on my body too. So I wanna. The first impression is really important. So so I want them to know that I'm ready for next season. I wasn't here just like laying in bed and stuff like that. I was working on myself. So I think that's what every single player needs to do. When it gets to spring training and more when everybody's new. So that's what I want
I said that that
for
one was the
this.
last one. This one's actually the last one.
You're
Now that
good.
you've played a full season, I mean, and you played almost every single day of this season from start
Right.
to finish, and health was a great part of 2025 for you. What do you know now about the professional baseball process, having been through a season that you didn't know before?
I mean, it's more how you need to take care of you. So
Yep.
health is really important. Like to be playing every single day, like sleep, stretch, all that. You gotta have a routine for like to be able to play the full season, because it's a lot of games. So you need to be ready for it. Like I didn't know because in college we play like 3 days in a row and then we rest. We play one and then rest again and we play three.
Yep.
So it's more. I mean, I knew it's gonna be like that, but I didn't know how you take it like that. So now that I play, I got more knowledge about it. I know how my routine is gonna be. So I think it's really really important your health. If you're healthy, you can play the full season. If you're not, like obviously some things happens like during the season, but like you gotta stay with it, go through with to it, and just keep working hard for that to not happen.
Health is wealth, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Randall, thank you so much for the time. I know that this is a busy time around the holidays and you're still playing in the Winter League, so we really do appreciate you taking the time. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and I'm sure that I'll see you at spring training.
I see you. Thank you.
Randal Diaz here on This Week in FredNats. The podcast returns in 2026. Happy holidays, everybody.